The world of AI video generation is sprinting forward at an almost unbelievable pace right now. Frankly, the main engine driving this entire explosion of innovation is pure, unadulterated competition. Don't think for a second that there's one single tool currently out there that absolutely crushes every single other option. Instead, what we have is a thriving, dynamic ecosystem filled with specialized tools that are constantly improving. As different research teams, including the massive Chinese labs and Google, aggressively push the envelope, things change weekly. This intense rivalry means we creators are constantly handed increasingly powerful new tools. These new capabilities are unlocking creative workflows that felt completely impossible just a few short months ago. So I figured it was definitely time for a fully updated tier list to make sense of this chaos. This rundown will focus on the video generators that are genuinely worth your time and attention today. We are ranking them strictly by raw output quality and the practical, consumer-facing features they ship with. I want to be clear. Cost is not a factor we are including in this specific ranking exercise. This is purely about identifying what actively helps you produce better content and do it much faster. We'll cover the full spectrum from the elite S tier all the way down to the basic D tier. For each one, I'll discuss exactly where it shines and, just as importantly, where it completely stumbles. We will show you real-world use cases so you can immediately pick the right generator for your specific needs. If you fundamentally disagree with my placements, please drop a comment down below because I am always ready for a good debate. Alright, let's rip into the lower tiers first to get the less impressive options out of the way. There are truly loads of tiny players and experimental projects floating around the market right now. We could have easily listed twice as many tools, but honestly, most of them just aren't worth your precious time. A couple of the names we tested rigorously ended up sadly landing squarely in the skip it pile. The reasons were usually low visual fidelity or interfaces that felt painfully awkward and unintuitive. Or perhaps the final result simply required far too much cleanup work to be practical for real projects. But hey, there is absolutely no shame in recognizing a dead end and choosing to move right on. Before we walk up this creative ladder, I'm going to fast forward and show you who holds the undisputed top spot. In my book right now, the S-tier crown belongs firmly to Google's much-anticipated V2 model. Yes, I know some people will passionately argue for other very strong contenders in the field. However, when looking at the overall balance of power, quality, stability, and access, V2 is the benchmark. Its combination of high quality, robustness, and an accessible API is simply unmatched by most right now. The seamless integration into platforms like Gemini Advanced and Google AI Studio adds tremendous practical value. If you were forced to pick only one video generator to master for the long term, V2 is an incredibly safe and future-proof bet. That being said, we must acknowledge that there are extremely interesting B-tier and even A-tier options available. These alternatives often excel at executing very specific niche tasks exceptionally well. This entire list is fundamentally designed to help you find the perfect fit for the purpose you have in mind. Now let's finally dive into that B tier, the category for tools bringing truly unique capabilities to the table. First up is Sora, which generated massive hype when it initially launched to the public. It still maintains a very friendly user interface and solid, dependable tooling within its package. However, in terms of raw visual quality, it has undeniably been outpaced by several key rivals. This includes some of the newer, faster Chinese models and, of course, the current S-tier leader, V2. The major selling point for Sora is still that if you already have an OpenAI subscription, it often comes bundled in for free. This bundling makes it incredibly handy for users who really don't want to pay extra for yet another separate service. Next, we have Pika, a generator that truly lives and thrives within the world of internet memes. And within that specific space, you have to admit that Pika does an absolutely fantastic job. This tool truly specializes in creating playful, often surreal, visual transformations. It's fantastic for generating those highly viral effects that you see spreading across social feeds constantly. So, for fun, experimental, and inherently shareable short clips, Pika remains a strong contender. Moving past the B tier now, we ascend toward the A tier, where niche mastery really starts to shine. A tier tools are not all-around champions, but they are absolutely the best at one or two very specific things. For instance, imagine a generator that exclusively nails photorealistic human close-ups with perfect eye contact. That tool, even if it fails miserably at landscapes, would earn a very strong A-tier placement based on that strength alone. Another A-lister might be the one that perfectly handles complex camera moves like precise dolly zooms. If your workflow constantly demands flawless cinematic camera movement, that tool becomes indispensable for you. These A-tier options require you to understand your project's core visual need first, and then map the tool to it. They force you to be a better strategist in your overall content production pipeline. Now let's drop down to the C tier, where we find tools that are functional but certainly have significant caveats. C-tier generators can absolutely produce usable content for certain background or mood-setting shots. Think of them as great for quick ideation or for generating B-roll that only needs to be on screen for a couple of seconds. The issues usually arise when you try to generate long, coherent sequences or maintain character consistency. Consistency is the biggest hurdle for most C-tier models, leading to very noticeable visual jumping. They are often good for filling small gaps, but shouldn't be relied upon for your primary visual storytelling elements. Finally, we arrive at the D tier, which is reserved for the truly experimental or the currently broken projects. These tools might offer a glimpse into the future, but they are not ready for any serious production work today. You will often find artifacts, strange physics violations, or frustratingly non-responsive generation settings. Spending time here is less about creation and more about pure academic curiosity for bleeding-edge tech. For the average creator looking to ship a project this month, D tier is a place to avoid entirely. So, to wrap up this expanded look at the current landscape, remember that no single tool is the master of all. Your success hinges on matching the right generative capability to the specific requirement of that exact shot. Keep testing the A and B tiers for those specialized needs, and always keep an eye on V2 for your foundational work. The competition ensures that tomorrow's D tier might very well be next month's S tier, so stay curious. What generator is currently sitting at the top of your personal tier list right now? Let me know which models you think I unfairly ranked in the comments section below. We can always revisit this list as soon as the next major model update drops. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into the bleeding edge of video AI. Remember to like this video if you found the ranking helpful for your own creative process. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next essential technology breakdown coming soon. Until then, keep experimenting and pushing the boundaries of what you can create.